Oh, I'm doing it. I'm going to try the double. This may not work, but I'm going to try it. Here we go. I got both going on. Oh, there I am live. Both going on. Okay, I'm going to go on Instagram now too. Do, 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 do. You're live. There we go. I look totally different on Facebook than I do on Instagram, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about protein. How to utilize protein fat loss, fluff loss, as I lovingly call it, when you're over 40. I was going to do this just live in my Facebook group, but then I realized the links were all different. Hey, I see you guys jumping on. Say hello. Give me a wave there on Instagram. So I'm doing it old school. I'm doing both. But today and tomorrow, we're going to be talking about protein and how to utilize it over 40 for fluff loss. It's my nice way of saying fat loss. Okay, say hi and where you're from, either on Instagram or Facebook. And today we're going to do just quick and impactful. So today, 20 minutes, tomorrow, about 20 minutes. Today, we're going to talk about what is protein, just a little bit of biochemistry for you. Why is it important over 40? And most importantly, why do we metabolize protein different in our 40s plus, 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 plus? Okay, give you guys some ahas here. Tomorrow, we're going to get niche down into how do we know if we're getting enough protein. I've Googled it. I see the ads come up, right? I hear other coaches on Instagram or Facebook saying, get your protein and get your protein in. But how do I know if I'm actually meeting my needs and getting enough? Because there can be too much protein too. Okay, there's certain diseases and conditions out there. I will disclaimer by saying that that too much protein is a detriment. So as with anything, please check with your healthcare practitioner first. Okay. But tomorrow we're going to talk about how do you know if you're getting enough and then how to utilize it for fat loss. Okay. How can we utilize this power macronutrient in our favor when we're over 40 and we feel like we're just holding on to everything for dear life? Who feels that way? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Who's excited to dive into protein? Okay. I put the poll up in my stories, in my Insta stories, and in my Facebook group a few days ago, asking you guys which of the big 4 macros, I add fiber in there, are you guys curious about? You need clarity around. How do we utilize this in our 40s now? Okay, carbs was in there for sure, and then protein was definitely number 1. Okay, so what the structure is and to utilize it. But protein basically can be found in small primary amino acids. Everyone's heard about branched chain amino acids and amino acids, right? All the way up to quad. Okay, so single up to 4. Okay, but the reason why I want you to know this is because how we must digest and break them down into simple peptides or amino acids through our digestive system. Why this is important when we're aging, I'm fluffy too, is because protein, out of all our macronutrients, are carbohydrates, fats, fiber, okay, protein, has the highest thermogenic effect. Breaking it down, depending on if you're getting a quad or a simple protein, what you're ingesting or making yourself, needs to be broken down. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of energy. So for that reason, it has a high thermogenic effect. In my community, okay, in the Mojo Money community, we don't talk about calories in or calories out, but calories do matter. It's just very tiny at the top of the apex, okay? So most amino acids, too, if you guys know this, write this down, get sent to our liver and need to be processed and synthesized in our liver. So liver plays a big role, and your liver health plays a big role, but that's a conversation for another time, okay? But what's protein's biggest job? Okay, what do you guys think it is? Put in the chat. If you're watching the replay, let me know. Put hashtag replay. What do you think protein's biggest job is? Okay, We all know it's a building block. It's a builder. But really, it's our survive and thrive, right? We don't, unlike fats and carbohydrates, we don't store protein, right? Its job is to come in into synthesize and build. Okay. So then the question always becomes, what does protein have to do with hormones? A lot, a lot. Because besides satiation and the thermogenic effect that I just told you, it takes so much energy to break down. The building block for our cells and our cellular structure is based around protein. And our framework for hormones to develop that internal communication, because our hormones, as you hear me guys say over and over again, is our messengers. It's our communication system, okay, to our organs and tissues and other systems in our body. That's all based around protein synthesis. Okay, it's all based around protein. So we need that builder. We need that builder in our diet. And when I say protein, I'm being very, very clear. I do not discriminate between plant-based or animal-based. I encourage both. Okay. The other big relationship between protein and hormones has to do obviously with tissue building and repair. We all know it for muscle, right? We want strong, lean muscle. We need to make sure that our bodies are utilizing and synthesizing protein. Okay. We also need it, especially as we age and get older, when we're not as metabolically reactive, for recovery and repair. We don't heal as fast as we used to. There's nothing you can do. I don't feel 49, but the physiology is still 49. Okay. We don't heal as quick as we used to. And hormonally there, we need that muscle density, because yes, your metabolism decreases as you age, but what decreases more as we age is our skeletal muscle mass. Is our muscle mass greatly decreases as we age. So as it pertains to hormones, we need that muscle density to help with a key fat storing hormone, insulin. Okay, insulin. Muscle is our biggest consumer of insulin. Okay, we need to have that skeletal muscle strong and in repair from our workouts and our training and what we're doing. Okay, and we need protein to help with that. Makes sense, guys? Give me, oh, I see all you guys on there. How exciting. Give me a thumbs up. All right. Again, we're doing 2 days of this. Today, we're just talking about the what and the why. And then tomorrow, we'll get into like, how do we utilize this key macronutrient in our favor for fluff loss, for energy, whatever your goal may be. Okay. For a lot of women, I do active athletic women over 40. I get a lot of questions out here. I just did an interview for an hour about core, okay, and how body composition in our core has changed. Lastly, let's cover today, when it comes to protein, how do we metabolize protein differently? Okay, I see your comments coming in, guys. If I miss it, I'll just come back and answer your question, okay? How do we metabolize protein differently in our 40s? And like I just mentioned, age-related skeletal muscle mass loss is attributed to really a big disruption in protein turnover. So meaning how we synthesize, I keep saying that word, it's my word of the day apparently, synthesize protein, make protein, and how we use protein. Oh, and I lost Instagram. I don't know. I totally lost Instagram, but I'm going to keep going. How we use protein, right? So that skeletal muscle decline greatly impacts how we are making protein and how we're using protein. And age related, that just totally gets stalled. Okay? Nothing that we can, I shouldn't say that. There's a lot we can do about it if we're proactive. Okay? Proactive. So creating more of a balance, I use that word very lightly, between muscle protein synthesis and using it up is key. Okay, because that is where we just metabolize it totally different. We're just not as metabolically reactive, as I said before. Okay, we utilize it way differently than in our 20s and 30s. Okay, so we just have to be super conscious of that. but meaning that there's definitely an imbalance. Okay, so there's things that we can do. I just gave you really here in like 10 minutes, which is perfect because I want to keep this short and impactful. What it is, why protein's important, why do we metabolize protein differently now, okay? And tomorrow we're going to basically talk about what we can do about it. Are we getting enough? How do I utilize this for fat loss? Okay, so same time, same place. If you have any specific questions in regards to protein, that key macronutrient for you, let me know in the chat, okay? And I'll be sure to answer them tomorrow. Just let me know in the chat, okay? Or in the, not the chat, the comments, okay? Just post your comments below, all right? And I'll do my best to answer tomorrow for sure. Okay, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you watched the replay. Having a great day, and I'll see you guys same time tomorrow to get more clarity around protein.